Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to me talking to you. It's been kind of a wild year, 2022. If you're new to this channel, I just like using this opportunity on Christmas Eve to just kind of, talk about things, talk about where the channel is going, and, talk about me, the person John, not the personality John that makes fun of games or is bad at them. If you're new, you've probably noticed that I have an avatar on screen. Normally, I would use my drawing pad to draw something that looks a little better, but the pen I use is missing, so I had to draw it with my mouse. And to compensate for that, I drew this sweet-looking arm. Pretty cool, right? I don't know why I do it, it's just something that I really liked doing, funnily enough. The simplicity of him allows a lot of artistic interpretation to it, which you could see in my channel banner with my friend who drew my blob man, I like calling him, in her own style, and I really like it. As everyone knows, I hit 1,000 subs, which is honestly mind-blowing. I never really thought I would get to this milestone, but it made me a lot more excited for the future, and I might be overambitious in saying so, but I hope this might lead into something bigger. But to ground myself a little more, the first thing I want to do is get monetized, one, and the long shot is that I will get 5,000 subs by the end of 2023, which at this pace, I don't know if it'll happen, so, we'll see. In my Thanksgiving video, I talked about my uncertainty of what videos people want to see, and a lot of the feedback I got is that everyone really enjoyed the horror, and I'm gonna keep doing that, obviously, but I still want to throw in some other videos, and to compensate for that, I'm going to be changing my upload schedule from Monday, Wednesday, Friday to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, because then I'll be getting the viewership from the weekend crowd, and I will also keep uploading, a bunch of other videos to just see kind of what sticks. So nothing really is going to be changing, but I just felt like everyone should know. The last video I'll be working on for the year is the 2022 highlights, which I'll explain in that video my selection process, so don't worry too much about it. And with that, I think that's about everything that I really wanted to talk about, so I hope everyone has a great holiday. I will not be uploading until next Monday, January 2nd. It'll afford me some time to spend some time with my friends and family, so thank you guys for coming out, and I have a little bit more to say, but if you don't want to stick around for that, have a nice day. Now, I will warn everyone that what I have to talk about now is very heavy, so if you don't want to have your holiday spirit ruined or dampened in any way, just feel free to click off, it's perfectly fine. What I have to talk about is this year was a very hard year for me and my family because we had a death in our immediate family, and it was a very hard time for everyone. With this family member's death, it tallies up to 4 family members of mine that have died in the past 3.5 years. And this one was a lot different because this was something that I saw firsthand. I was pretty much the assigned caretaker. My family all agreed after I lost my job at the COVID pandemic outbreak that I would be the general caretaker for my family member. And this year it started becoming a bit worse. And then a few months later, it took a very sudden turn for the worse. And within 11 days after it turning worse, the family member passed away. And they passed away at home, and we helped them through it. And we dealt with all of the consequences after the death. And it was just a very hard time for everyone involved. And I don't want to make it too much about me, but I just want to offer my input is ever since I lost my job, I put a lot of my personal life on the back burner to ensure that my family member would try to get the best care I could give them. And when they died, it really affected me deeply. To me, it still feels like they passed away 2 weeks ago. And there have been days where I found comfort in a lot of my friends where I would laugh hysterically with them or play games. And then, minutes later, I would have to leave the call and cry. And even to this day, as I record this at, an hour before Christmas Eve, I still look at my friends' DMs and there's just a part of me that I feel like I can't connect with them because I just don't know how to express that I need them. And likewise, after they passed away, and we took a few weeks to mourn and just try to get our mind off of it, I wanted to get back into YouTube and start making it a full-time thing, which I did recently. And there were just some days where I didn't want to wake up. Or more appropriately, I just woke up and I looked around and I said, I can't do it today. And ever since that my family member passed away, it made me a lot more aware of my own mortality and my role in my friend circles and all that. And, a lot of people said that ever since COVID happened, that things feel like a time bubble. And with their passing, it kind of shattered that time bubble for me, and it made me realize how much I've missed out. And it also made me realize, I might be too hard on myself, but there's a lot of things that I didn't say that should have been said before they passed away. I told my family this, but I'll share the sentiment here because I don't want this to be me mourning. I want this to be a life lesson for people that can come back here and understand maybe how to grieve, because grief is different for everyone. And maybe sharing my story will help inspire someone to maybe understand how to grieve themselves. There's a lot I regret about what I could and couldn't do before they passed away. But I am glad that one of the final things that I managed to talk with them about was that I took their hand and I managed to say that I love you. And then they went into a coma, and they passed away. And after they passed away, we went through their belongings, and I found a picture of them from 20 years ago. And it made me realize that life goes very, very quickly. As I said, I lost 4 family members in under 4 years, and that's a lot to deal with. And my advice to you guys is that you need to appreciate every moment you have available with people that you care about. If you know of anyone who might be struggling, not with death or, it could be as simple as school or a love life, you can reach out to them. And I would advise you do so and just say, hey, I care about you. And if you need someone, you can talk with me. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who are struggling, but they want to struggle in silence because they're afraid of talking about it with people. And as I said, I'm still one of those people, and that's not a healthy thing to do. And I know that because I'm a psychology major, if you didn't know. And it's just very hard to, look a friend in the face and say that you need them. So the lesson is, honestly, don't be afraid to reach out to people that might need your help. Even if you think that they don't need your help or something, just leaving a little alert saying, hey, if you need me, I'm here. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And if you're celebrating the holiday season, just make sure to really appreciate who you have around you. Because it's going to be hard on today, the 24th, when this goes live, to sit around the Christmas tree and have one person short this year. And with that, I'd just like to take this time to say to my friends who see this, if you decide to watch this section, thank you so much for being there for me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been very tough for me, you guys. And to my family who might watch this, it was tough going through it, I know. And you might question why I'm talking about this to, effectively a bunch of strangers who might see this, but I don't want to do this as an explanation for where I've been or why my YouTube content kind of wasn't taking off until after the family member passed away. but I feel like this can be a life lesson to a lot of the viewers who watch this, because grief is something that we will all have to deal with. And to my viewers who made it this far is, I don't want this to be like a parasocial relationship or anything like that, but especially with the 1,000 subscribers that we recently got, it gave me a new sense of purpose after such a unsure, uncertain time in my life. Ever since I took over the caretaker position, I felt directionless, and being able to wake up and make a video and apply some effort after the passing has really kind of helped me get back on track with my personal life. And with that, now you can click off this video. Thank you guys for listening to me, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you appreciate your holiday.